Yeah, I mean, we asked for a little bit of a fight after the Brisbane game, which we didn't feel like we had. Offensively, we did pretty good, but we didn't show, I guess, the discipline and the grit on the defensive end. And so to travel down the following day and do so in Tassie, which is always a tough venue and a tough team to go up against. I feel like it was the first time, even though, again, we only scored in the mid-70s, it was the first time we put both ends really together in a sense of what we wanted to do defensively, and then we wanted the ball to go on the offensive end. And I mean, it showed. We only had one turnover after 3 quarters against a team that is very good defensively. I think it showed a lot of composure from the group.
So would you say it was that discipline and composure that did get you the win? Because obviously, out rebounding, the scoring wasn't the most favourable numbers in the world, but is that what it was to get there?
Yeah. I mean, and this is it. It's got to be 40 minutes of consistent basketball. We did a great job defensively, which we showed for stretches that we can. The inconsistencies come from the fact that we haven't been able to string an entire game together on that defensive end, and we wanted the ball to go to particular guys on the offensive side of things, and they capitalised on it.
And obviously, having Jack back, he played a great game over the weekend. Is that really now something that you can build around, and he's in as well?
Well, I mean, even the Brisbane game, I thought he played well, and so it's not a one-man show, especially because, having Jack perform at what he does definitely helps. But we need everybody else to sort of carry their load as well. But this is for us where we're sort of sitting here going, we got a few dudes out, and having Jack come back is really important. But again, it's not going to be just Jack scoring all the points. We've got to make sure that Sko does his job and Drew does his job, and Marcus and Galloway and everybody across the board.
And then obviously Rain came off in the second quarter. What's the update on him?
Yeah, it's frustrating. So he won't suit up this weekend. We'll get a more definitive timeline of what's looking like for him. We're hoping he's probably back for that last game against New Zealand before the FIBA break. But really, we're just sort of trying to manage bodies until that FIBA window. And then the hope is like a tsunami of returning players after that FIBA break, which will have us close to a full list.
Was that an ankle or foot? What was his?
Foot. Yeah, foot. So he had the calf in the pre-season, and now this is his foot.
Yeah, okay. And then Cody as well. Is he going to be suiting up this weekend?
No, and again, similar timeline, I think, with his hamstring. So hopeful for the game against New Zealand before the FIBA break. Worst case is, if not, then definitely after the FIBA break.
Obviously another doubleheader this weekend, and the Hawks on Friday night. What's, I guess, kind of the message carrying that momentum through?
Yeah, they're tough. They got an NBA caliber centre. They're a championship team from last year. They're well coached. It's got to be something similar in a sense of what we did, especially against the Tassie game and even a few other games. Is we kind of have to control the posts. If we get into a foot race with Illawarra, we're not going to come out the end of that well. So we have to control the tempo. We have to do a good job of getting the shots where we want to get the shots. We've got to look after the ball and then just lock it down defensively. So again, 40 minutes of playing basketball both ends and everybody doing their part.
Excited to get back on home court?
Yeah, for sure, always. Again, you don't have to worry about packing a bag. You can sleep in your own bed, and it definitely helps towards recovery.
Yeah, I mean, we're still finding our identity as a team and what that looks like in terms of winning games, and I think that was a step forward. We're a bit of a different team than Cairns have had in the past. We're going to be a little slower, grind it out in the half court, and then make them grind it out in the half court defensively. And so when you can go into Tasmania and beat the Jack Jumpers playing Jack Jumper basketball almost, like that physical, grinded out game and come out with a win, that's one step closer to us learning who we are and how we're going to win games.
And then obviously your ex-team as well, Jack Jumpers. How did it feel suiting up against them?
It's always fun. I mean, a lot of those guys are my best friends. I think 3 of them were in my wedding, all of that good stuff. So it's going out there, it's, you compete ferociously, especially them, the physicality, it's good fun, and then afterwards you catch up and get dinner together. So it's always a great time.
Yeah, awesome. Obviously you yourself had a great game, but there was a lot of talk around you, Andrews and Schofield, kind of that trio working together really there. How did you kind of feel like that flowed within the game?
Yeah, I mean, it was probably the first time all three of us have like played well at the same time, and then it's like learning how each other like to play, where we like the ball, in what spots, and what that looks like, and it's like our offense is ever evolving, and like that game helped create more clarity of what we want, and now hopefully they switched a lot, so hopefully this week in the drops we can get Marcus going and catching lobs and doing what he does, and kind of getting everyone involved, but us three, it was good fun out there.
Yeah, awesome. And then obviously Hawks coming up on Friday, and then the doubleheader. How are you carrying that momentum through into the game?
Well, it's just getting better, like every single day, like who we are as a team, what we want to be, and then with injuries, it's like scrapping and finding ways to get wins until everyone's back, until Sam's such a big piece, and it's like coming this Friday, Illawarra at home, the place is going to be rocking, and it's a big game for us.
Obviously, rain's out for this weekend. How does that kind of, like another bit of a blow to the group, how is that taking a bit of a mental effect on the guys and I guess changing the starting five up again?
Well, I think it's just new opportunities, and hopefully long term, like guys get better because of it. Lockie steps up, plays big minutes in Tassie, helps us get the win, and he'll be out there again. Mojave comes in straight, thrown into the fire, and it's like finding ways to get wins, like and then improve long term. So when we have all our pieces at the end of the season, we're making a playoff push.
And how are you feeling? Obviously, you've been out recently with your wrist. Are you 100% better? Or
Yeah. Nah, just managing for sure. Like, it still hurts every time I shoot the ball, but it's getting better each day. And so I managed to find a way to go out there and get buckets, which is fun, and see the shot go in. And then it was fun being able to be aggressive again and then play the way Jack McVeigh plays, which is hunting that ball, hunting buckets, and I can do that with the level my wrist is at the moment.
Awesome. And then obviously you were out for the last home games. Are you excited to get back out there in front of the Orange Army?
Oh, definitely. I'm excited to get some yells and some screams, and hopefully they answer that call.